Roger, I've got a question, mate. Because I know in finance, like when I look at it, I get obsessed with all them big dogs, you know, the Americans and the China lot and the Swiss. And who else is big?
Bank of Japan, Japanese.
You see, I don't see them as being that important. They're just a little small country on the other side of the world. Why should I care about them?
Much bigger than Switzerland, one of the biggest economies, top 5, one of the biggest equity markets.
I know it's a big I know it's important, like, and they make really good electronics and stuff, but finance, I mean, why do I care?
Well, for a long time, for basically the last 7 or 8 years, since 2016, they've basically been unchanged on their policy with negative interest rates, minus 10 basis points.
See, that sounds stupid to me.
Yeah, but it might be about to change. They might be about to have liftoff.
Wait, when you say liftoff, what are we talking about here? From minus 10 to minus 9 or something?
It might be minus 10 to maybe plus 10. It might not be a big move, but it's a change at the margin. And everybody's expected Japan to do its own thing and never change and always be the loosest team on the block. And they still will be, but if at the margin they're changing and starting to tighten, it's significant.
But I don't care. As long as I get my lovely cars from Japan, I don't really care about what they're doing over there. How does that affect me?
It's all about the flows. Basically, the Japanese retail investors built up about $3 trillion worth of overseas assets.
Okay, now you got my attention.
3 trillion,
all right,
big numbers,
yeah.
Aren't they?
Big numbers,
very
all
big
right,
numbers.
That's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money. Now, if it's always been the status quo of those being outflows, what if that starts to reverse? What if, let's say, the currency in Japan, this is going to be a bit complex for you.
Yeah, I don't know if I can keep up with this, but treat me.
So, currency in Japan starts to strengthen too quickly, and all else being equal, some of those overseas assets they have effectively start to lose value. So you want to get them back home.
They want to get rid.
Get them back home before you start losing on the currency strengthening. So there might be a bit of a rush. So everyone thinks Japan's not really that important, but because of these flows, when it starts to change, then you might get a massive change in some of the global flows that have driven markets for the last 10 years.
So actually, instead of me always looking west at those Americans, I should be looking east.
Could be the ones to be interested in.